welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you guys here today, and today I'm going to be chatting to you guys about what I don't let my kids do. So first off, I know this title of this video could be a little off-putting. You could be thinking, okay, why is she making a video about the things that she doesn't let her kids do? I have a method for it. I have a reason. I have a reason for all things, if you know. The reason I decided to do this video is because I was talking to a lot of moms around in my area, and we were discussing some things that we let our kids do and things that we don't let our kids do. And I just wanted to give you this video to let you know some of the things that I don't let our kids do and the reasons why, and maybe they can help you along your journey with motherhood as well. So first on my list, number one is no secular TV and limited screen time. So what I mean by secular TV is I don't allow my kids to watch YouTube anymore, unless if it's Blippi. I'll allow them to watch Blippi. Indy loves Blippi. But I do not allow them to watch that anymore, and I really limit Netflix as well. My reason, because we have found a lot of inappropriate kids shows that pop up on YouTube and Netflix, especially YouTube. They will sneak little things in there into the kids' everyday search engine. And what I mean by search engine is River, for instance. He would type in Sonic. He loves Sonic the Hedgehog, the old cartoons. We don't do the new movies, but anyways, he would type in Sonic the Hedgehog, and the algorithm of YouTube would be putting in things that were not Sonic. It would look like Sonic, but they would end up being very bad and very bloody and gory things. And so this also happened with Peppa Pig as well for a lot of people. And excuse Tyler, excuse the noise. He is actually mowing our yard right now. We are getting ready to sell our home, and we are packing up and getting this show on the road. So excuse me if you hear a little bit of mowing in the background. But anyways, so that is why we limit YouTube, or we actually don't do YouTube at all other than Blippi, like I said. So that is what I mean by secular shows. I'm not gonna let them watch anything that I wouldn't personally feel comfortable with myself watching. I don't let them sit around and watch shows that Tyler and I watch. I firmly believe in keeping our children's innocence and not exposing them to things that they shouldn't be worried about at this age. My oldest is 6, my twins are 5, and my baby Indy is 2. And they should not be concerned about politics, about murder, about sexual things. This should not be things that are in our children's lives. This should not be things that they should know about just yet. And I firmly believe in keeping our children's innocence. So that is number one. What I do let them watch is a website called Yippee, or an app. I guess you would call it an app. It's called Yippee, and I'll put that down below so you guys can look for it as well. And then I'll also, in letting them watch PBS Kids, which is just a local station. You can download this on your app, on your TV, on your phone, and it'll bring up your local PBS station. And they have really awesome shows on there like Pinkalicious, Daniel Tiger, super cute things that are age appropriate for our children. So I will make sure to leave those things down in the description so that if you're struggling with what you should let your kids watch and which they shouldn't be watching, you can click on either of these websites and they will help you in deciding what you want to watch. And on Yippee, they have all of the newest VeggieTales as well, and a lot of faith-based things that I love that my kids are learning and that Yippee has been teaching them. And I am not the type of mom that will sit down and hover and watch, okay, what are we watching? Let's do this. I like to send my kids off into their rooms when I notice they're getting frustrated, or when I'm getting frustrated. Let them sit in their rooms, dim the lights, turn on some TV, and just relax. It's always a good thing when anybody is overwhelmed and frustrated. I know for even adults, to just sit down and take a moment just to relax. They had a busy day at school. They have busy lives outside of school with dance and church and other activities. So it's nice for me to just allow them to go lay in their beds and relax and watch what they want to. And it just gives me that peace of mind knowing that their TVs are locked and they can't get into anything that is going to be disturbing, and they can watch faith-based and age-appropriate shows. So that was number one. What I don't let my kids do is watch secular TV. Number two is listen to secular music. So this is one thing that I failed with at the beginning of being a mom. And I'm not saying you're a failure if you allow your kids to listen to regular music. I'm not saying that at all. To each their own. Every mom is different. Every family is different. But for me, I have chosen to allow them to only listen to songs that are pleasant for us to hear. Songs that aren't having cuss words. Songs that aren't talking about anything that are immoral. Just songs, and it doesn't even have to be particularly Christian songs. Yes, I love to play worship music throughout the day and in my car, but I also like to listen to country worship music or country Christian music. And I like to listen to podcasts that are appropriate that kids can listen to. And I like to play kid-themed songs like some Blippi songs and some VeggieTale songs and stuff like that. I don't limit them on what all they can listen to. I just try to refrain from things that are going to teach them some bad habits or some bad words, because like I said, I firmly believe in keeping our children's innocence. So number 3 is wearing adult appropriate clothing. So this is a big one, and I know I might be stepping on a lot of people's toes, but it's just what I firmly believe. I don't feel the need to dress up my daughters or my son in clothes that aren't appropriate for children. What I mean by that is you're not going to see Emery, Indy, or Ellie walking around in crop tops. You're not going to see them walking around in booty shorts. You may see a bikini, but it's like when they're super little, like Indy's age, maybe Emery last year, but as of now, it's tankinis, one pieces, and I try to stay within those same limits of myself. Like I said, I'm not going to ask anything of my children that I don't firmly believe in for myself, or that I don't do for myself as well. And as you can tell, I try not to show anything that's too revealing. And it's not because I don't think that we shouldn't, and that it's bad, or that we're giving people other thoughts about us. It's none of that to do. It is one of my own personal convictions where I feel like what I wear speaks about me, and however you dress and however you wear is how you speak about you. And if that's the style of clothing that characterizes you, then wear them. But that's not me. That's not my character. And until my kids are old enough to decide who they are and what their character is and what their style is, I like to pick out their clothes that are similar to what I wear and to what I think will be edifying as children. I don't think that we should be sexualizing our children in any way, and I just kind of get feelings when it comes to a lot of clothing stores today and how they have to show off every part of body for our kids. I just, like I said, firm believer in maintaining our innocence. So you get my drift, you get where I'm going with that. So let's move on to number 4. All right, so number 4, we do not let our kids eat anywhere other than the table. So that means there's no eating in our rooms, no eating in our living rooms, no drinking in our bedrooms, unless if they have a water bottle. I will allow them to have a water bottle at night because we all get thirsty in the middle of the night. But I will allow water in the living room, and then, you know, I'll have a Coke or 2 in there. But I feel like with the range, the age range of kids that I have, they are all small children. They are just outside of toddlers. They are preschool age, and they really don't have self-control, and we can't expect them to at this age. So I've created these limits and these boundaries to keep all of the food and all of the drinks designated for in the kitchen. And why I do this is because, like I said, they don't have that self-control to know when you spill crumbs, ants might come. When you spill drinks, you ruin carpets. They don't have that thought process. So I just don't even allow them to have it. I let them know beforehand, hey, we're gonna eat our dinner at the table. We're gonna have our snacks at the table. Our drink stays on the table or on the bar, and you can come and eat and get a drink whenever you feel like it. But in our bedrooms or in the living room, I do not want any food or beverages inside those areas, because want to keep them clean. I want to make sure that bugs aren't coming into our bedrooms. I want to make sure that our things aren't getting damaged. And it teaches our kids responsibility to, hey, this is my rule, I'm gonna follow it. And it also teaches them, you know, what is right from wrong. Throwing food in the floor in your bedroom or spilling drinks in your bedroom while you're jumping and playing. That's not something I want to teach my kids. I want to teach them that food is a gift and it is a blessing, and we're all going to sit down at the table and we're going to eat our meals together and we're going to pray over them and we're going to have family time and we're going to make food an experience of family bonding instead of making food feel like it's just a act out of boredom. Whenever I was younger, me and my parents, we always had dinner in the living room and we always ate in front of the TV, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when I decided to get married and to have children, I wanted to be able to have that family experience that you would see in old movies where the family would gather around the table and they would eat together and they would laugh and they would share stories and they would pray, and it was a good family experience. And since we have so many children, that is something that I feel, for one, helps maintain my sanity when it comes to cleaning purposes and for running around purposes. And then number two, it just gives me that nice family bonding that I've always just longed for and wanted. So I really, really like these rules that I've implemented, and my kids have been learning them. Sometimes I'll sneak something into their room or into the living room, and I just kindly remind them, hey, all of our food and drinks stay at the table. So that is number 4. Now I'm going to be moving on to number 5. So number five is no running in the house. This is not going to really be happening at all when we move into a camper, because they have literally like one hallway that's as tall as me, which is not very tall, for them to run in. So I'm actually really excited about that, because this River, I tell that boy from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to bed to stop running in the house or wherever we go. Like I said before, he loves Sonic the Hedgehog. He thinks he's Sonic, and he's always racing back and forth. And it drives me nuts. Not because I don't enjoy listening to the sounds of his feet on the floor and listening to his giggles. I love those things. But what I don't love is the injuries that could happen or the things that can get broken in the home. So I really try to maintain that respect. And I feel like if I teach them, hey, no running indoors, no running in our house, later on I'll have more respectable children who aren't running around in the church, who are able to sit down and listen and pay attention, who aren't running around in the classroom, who aren't doing all of these things that they shouldn't be doing. So running around in the house is something that I do not let our kids do. Number 5. Number 6, I do not let our kids go to bed with a dirty room. So let me go into this one, because you're probably thinking, how do you do that every night? So, I do not let our kids go to bed with a dirty room. And what I mean by that is, every night before bed, my kids have an early bedtime. They usually are in their beds by 7:30, latest 8 o'clock. So around 6:30 or 7, or just directly after dinner, sometimes even before dinner, I will ask my kids to clean up their rooms. And I feel like whenever at the end of a long day, when I go into my bedroom and I get ready for bed each night, I feel like it is a peaceful place for me to just sit down and relax. And so that's what I'm trying to instill in my kids. I want them to clean up their rooms, keep their rooms nice and tidy, so that whenever they go to bed at night, it's not a place of chaos, it's a place of peace where they can sit down and relax. And then also too, I don't have to worry about cleaning up their rooms every day. Yes, I will go through their rooms once a week and I'll make sure I tidy it up, get out any trash, any papers, anything that they have, and clean that up for them, give a vacuum, clean out their sheets and stuff. But cleaning up their toys is their responsibility. And that leads me into my last topic of what I don't let my kids do. So this one isn't really what I don't let my kids do, it's more of what I won't do for my kids. So I will not allow my kids to make me do everything for them. So I implement chores throughout my home. They will unload the dishwasher sometimes, they will clean off the table for me sometimes, They will put away their own laundry. They will clean their rooms because I want to create that independence for them. Yes, I can do it. And yes, I find joy in cleaning up and taking care of my children. And I do that once a week. I will help them and I will clean up their things just to make sure that they're up to par. But throughout the week, I prefer for them to do these things for themselves, to learn and to create that responsibility in their lives. I've also started letting my oldest ones give themselves a shower. I know a lot of people are like, what? 6 and 5? You should have already been letting them give themselves a bath, whatever. I'm a very type A type mom, and I feel like if I don't do it, it's not gonna get done the right way. So I felt that I had to personally bathe each one of my children, top to bottom, get them out, dry them off, get them dressed, brush their teeth, and do it all myself. And after years of doing that, I was exhausted. And so I finally spoke with Ellie, River, and Emery, and I set them down and I said, you guys are old enough to learn how to do it yourself. So we're gonna start learning how to give ourselves our own showers and learning how to get ourselves dressed, and you're gonna get to pick what you want to wear. You're gonna learn how to brush your own teeth, and they actually were super excited about it, and it has made my life so much easier. So with all of that being said, I know this seems like a harsh video of me saying things that I don't want my kids to do, things that I don't allow my kids to do, but we have to have ground rules as parents, and we have to establish that independence within our kids. And I firmly believe with teaching them at a young age so that when they're older in life, it's not something that they're having to learn new and change habits, because old habits are hard to break. And like I've said all throughout this video, I'm a firm believer in keeping that innocence in our children. And that's what I feel like I'm called to do as their mom, maintain their innocence and teach them their responsibilities and how to live their life for when they come outside of my home as adults later on in life. And I hope that you guys don't take any offense to anything that I've mentioned in this video today. Like I said, all moms are different, all homes are different, all children are different. And if you do things differently and if you allow your kids to do some of these things and it works for you, then props to you. That is awesome. But for me and my home, these are the rules that we follow and that I'm trying to maintain for me and my kids and our happiness. So I hope you guys found this video very informative today. And if you have any questions, just let me know down below in the comments and I would love to chat more with you guys. And I'll see you guys later on this week as we get ready to move. I'm so excited. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
You were my best friend, didn't care about the rules.